It's hard and it's exhausting. For me, I started to have problems when I was still at work. There were circumstances that were occurring and they started to affect my health. They started to affect my sleeping patterns. I would only sleep maybe 3 to 4 hours of a night. Broken sleep, I'd have nightmares. I began to feel sick in the stomach. I couldn't concentrate, became very, very emotional. Would cry at the drop of a hat, which is something that I didn't normally do. I also found that I became very irritable at home because I just couldn't switch off. And I also found that it was really hard to concentrate on one specific thing at a time. My mind would just wander off in all sorts of different directions. So I went to see my doctor because it was affecting my home life, it was affecting my work, and I was eventually diagnosed with major depression and anxiety, and I was put on medication. That was 3 years ago. It's been a very hard road since then. I've lost my career. 15 months ago, my marriage broke down. So this illness has cost me my career and my marriage. But I have 6 beautiful children to be grateful for. So that's a plus. I've lost friends who can't understand my illness. I've lost family who have trouble accepting that I do have an illness. They can't see it, and I've been told a number of times by different people, pump up, get over it, and I find that very demoralising, very, very hard. I've spent a bit of time at Park Central Clinic at the hospital there. I've had 3 separate stays there in the first 2 years of my illness. I've worked very hard this year to stay out of hospital. I see a psychiatrist fortnightly and a psychologist as often as I need to. And I have since discovered the Rome Community Support Group, which is great because it's nice to be around people who understand, they get it. They know where I'm coming from, they understand the difficulties I have. I describe my life as a bit of a roller coaster. I can be up here and everything can be going along fine, and for no apparent reason my life suddenly takes a dip and I get teary. Again, I don't sleep properly, I feel sick, I get anxious. I've had too many panic attacks to count, and I'll go down. And I know I can be down now for about 2 or 3 days. I don't want to do anything, I have no motivation. It's really difficult. The kids keep me going because I have to get up, I have to look after them, I have to be there for them, so I find that really helpful. It's hard work. When you're down in that dip, it's exhausting just trying to get through the day and try and keep a smile on your face and try and be positive and trying to find those things in life.
Yeah. And you've talked a bit there about some of the people and services that have helped you to get better. What have they done that's been useful?
One thing is to accept me for who I am, and they accept the bad with the good. I've found that the services and the people I've met through those services understand that there are days where I can be low and feeling just really miserable about myself, no self-esteem, and have no apparent reason. I can't say I feel this way because this happened. And it's very hard for the general community to understand that. I've had a family member say to me recently, "Oh, come on, just get over it, it's all in your head." But these people that I've met through the different services, through Rome and my stays in hospital, they understand that I don't have the ability to just get over it. And as much as yes, it's in my head, but it doesn't make it any less real. It's an illness, and a lot of people don't understand that, whereas the people that I've met through these services, they understand that. And just to be around people who can accept that about you, it helps. It's helped me so much over the last 6 months, when I have had so much going on. I've been, fighting for my home, I just feel like I'm fighting every which way. But having these people there to support me, who understand.
What do you think about that? Why do you think it is that people out there in the community sometimes don't understand, compared to, say, other illnesses?
You can't see it. You can't see it, and I think that's a big thing. And it's not as socially accepted as a lot of illnesses. Whilst there are so many people that suffer from some form of mental health issue, it's not something we share, it's not something we talk about. For instance, if I had a broken leg and I was trying to walk down the street, people would move out of my way because they could see that. They would feel some form of empathy because there's something wrong with me. If I were to, and this has happened to me, I've been in the middle of a shopping centre and I've had a panic attack where I have just suddenly burst into tears because there's people around me and I've got a dozen thoughts going through my head at the one time. I can't focus, I get disorientated, and I just need to get out of there. Well, you have some woman running through a shopping centre in tears, hysterical, and people don't move out of your way. They don't think this person has an illness, this person has a problem. They think she's mad, she's crazy. But I don't, and I think that's the stigma that's attached to mental illness. I think people think, oh, you're mad, you're crazy. I don't think I'm mad or crazy. I think I'm just someone who has an illness, a very real illness. You just can't see it. And I've become a very good actress. When I need to, I can smile and pretend, and I've learnt to live with it. Live with the roller coaster.